the No Kings protest that took place this weekend was a major flop. Of course, people were out in numbers to some degree, but nowhere near what the mainstream media was telling you. So before we get into this topic, remember to like this video and to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. So let's go ahead and get into the story, because this is one of the things that's been happening over the past couple of days where the mainstream media has been lying. Social media posts have been lying about the crowd size and the amount of attendance that was happening for this protest. So the first part of this was a clear representation of the crowd size exaggeration, which took place very clearly here. As you can see in this post, they were using footage from a completely different protest. Believe it or not. I mean, that seems insane to me, but this was actually community noted, fact checked on X talking about this. So this is the footage that they were showing. I mean, you can see there's a bunch of people here.
People across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump. This is Boston. Look at that. We'll continue to follow these rallies throughout the day here on MSNBC.
Except that this was actually from the Boston protest in 2017, not from the No Kings rally. And I mean, they completely got fact checked on this. Here's another post talking about this, but this is all the way from 2017. I mean, guys, they're using 8-year-old footage and passing it off as brand new to bolster the attention that this whole protest got. I mean, they were telling people there were 7 million in attendance. Yeah, I don't think those numbers we can really trust, right? Because they want to spin this whole story as this idea that everyone is against Trump in the country and that he's not or didn't get the popular vote, when we know that he did, and the vast majority of the country actually did vote for him. So why in the world are they trying to spin this way? And it's simply because they just don't like Trump, and the mainstream media is complicit in this information going on right now. So Trump actually was asked about this in an interview, and he chimed in on it here.
Over the weekend, the No Kings protest.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people; they're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
I love that response, first of all. That's great. But, you know, how does he know about this whole funding, right? Now, we've heard this before, but Anna Paulina Luna actually exposed all of this. Check this out here. This is actually all of the funding that has gone to these Democrat organizations here and the names of the people that are behind all of it. So let's check this out. Some of these names, probably no surprise to people, like Buffett, Warren Buffett, the Rockefellers, and Soros being the big ticket person here that's donated really more money than anyone else if you look closely. But we can see that these people have been giving money to these different organizations, right? Equal Justice Society, Florida Rising Together. Guys, it's clear and obvious that these organizations are specifically meant to rally people up, to rile people up, specifically left-wing people. Look at this, National LGBTQ Task Force. What in the world, guys? Like, this is pretty crazy. So this is exposing all of this stuff. The Parents Together Action, Our Revolution. These don't sound like real charitable organizations. They sound like these groups that are specifically meant to cater towards activists. Stand Up America? I mean, come on. Like, and obviously Planned Parenthood, but not just Planned Parenthood, but Planned Parenthood Action Fund. So these are clearly activist organizations that are specifically designed to do these things. And it's clearly coordinated. So let's take a look at this. This is a sign that people had, or like this big banner with "We the People" on it. So what are the odds that you think these people actually coordinated this whole thing together? Do you think this one person made this? Who has the money to afford this whole massive banner like that? I mean, come on. Like, this is bought and paid for. All of these people that showed up to this thing, this was clearly coordinated. And they are obviously trying to exaggerate what was going on, what these people were representing, just because they're trying to make it seem like a bigger deal than it actually is. So here's a guy who thought that he was really smart by showing up to this, but honestly had no idea why he was even there.
Trump's a bitch.
Why is that?
I don't know. We don't like him. That's the word around here.
Any particular reason why you don't like him?
No clue at all. I'm just going with everybody else saying.
I mean, really, is that where we're at right now? Where you're just showing up to something, you don't even know what you're doing there. It's just, hey, that's just the word around here, guys. How many people are out here like this that are just, I mean, you can't tell me that these things aren't bought and paid for. These people don't even know what they're doing. They're just standing around hating Trump and have absolutely no idea what's actually going on around them. Here's a good one here. No Kings, brought to you by the party that arrested people at the beach over a cold, right? I mean, this was happening 5 years ago. We're old enough to remember exactly what was happening when they shut down cities, forced businesses to close, kept you from having funerals, I mean, they were doing everything to keep you from living your life over things that the CDC was constantly changing. And yet these same people are sitting here talking about no kings when they have more freedom than they've ever had. That seems just crazy to me. So this guy right here was actually at one of the rallies, and somebody apparently gave him a microphone, and he spouted a bunch of crazy stuff already. So let's check this guy out here.
You gotta grab a gun. We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out. The state machinery, that's a full display right there, has to get wiped out.
Yeah, so if it's hard to understand what he's saying, he's literally saying that ICE agents should get shot. Of course, they've already identified this guy, Moises Bernal, whatever. Apparently an employee at Wilbur Wright College in Chicago. So, probably going to wind up getting arrested for that, hopefully. But yeah, this is what's going on. These people are absolutely out of their mind. And of course, you can't have one of these No Kings rally or really any leftist rally without having the characters that show up in dresses, men in dresses here. Let's check this one out. Yeah. So this is your these are the people that are on your side, guys. I mean, there's no kings, but plenty of queens, right? Or quote unquote queens. So these are the people that are showing up to these rallies, and just really weird. Not a king. These stupid signs. I mean. There was even another picture of Chicago where basically you are also seeing that the vast majority of people doing these are white people, white liberals, right? I mean, in majority black places, which is kind of interesting because it's the same story for all of these events every single time. It's the liberal white people, women, and and older people that are out here trying to pretend as if something is going on that's wrong in this country when it's just ridiculous. And what we have to be reminded of is very simple. If Trump was a dictator or a king or whatever they would like to make him be in their crazy fantasy world, they would not be allowed to have this rally. They would not be allowed to protest and to say the things that they're saying at all. They would have been arrested a long time ago. They would have been herded up. The National Guard would have been sent in to do all of this stuff. There's no way they would have been allowed to do what they're doing right now if there was a king in charge. And I saw another post where somebody said, well, why are all the right-wing people so mad about these protests? These no kings protests. It clearly is effective because it made you mad. And it's like, we're not mad. We're just laughing because you guys are crazy and you look funny. And looking at these guys in dresses and these old people out here acting as if they, for some reason, are making a statement or a point is funny. It's hilarious. We're just laughing at you. We're not laughing with you. We're not upset. We're not mad. It's just hilarious that this level of delusion is happening in our country right now. But they have been lying about these numbers. They are not out to the effect that they are trying to be, and the mainstream media is complicit in it. They're literally showing 8-year-old footage from other events and passing that off to try and make this thing look like a big deal. We know for a fact that the vast majority of the country is in support of Trump, that voted for Trump. They have no excuse at this point. They're just mad because their person lost. And that's all that there is to it. Make no mistake, it is not the fact that they are saying no kings. They just want their king. That's all it is. That's all that's going on right now. So let me know what you think down in the comments about the turnout. Did you see any of these protesters out over the weekend at all? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.